it was funny because I got the part and immediately started looking at the comic books, and the guy's 500 pounds or something and looks like Schwarzenegger, and I thought, okay, I'm not going to get to that, so but I have to get bigger, and so it became about eating a lot and training a lot, and they kept saying, yeah, just get as big as you can, and then I came back just before Christmas, just before we started the movie, and had a final sort of camera test and put the costume on, and within a couple of minutes my hands started going numb. And,
what?
And everyone was like, yeah, that's not cool. And I started getting pins and needles, and you'd touch the skin and the blood wouldn't return to that area so quick, and I thought, okay, it doesn't fit. And so we had to sort of...
What was it made of? Like that was
well, it was all sorts of sort of leather and chainmail, sort of armor and what have you, but it was the measurements they'd taken 3 months ago were no longer the measurements I was fitting. So there were some alterations, and then also I was just too thick anyway, it was sort of, basically Ken said, it's good, you've got the size there, and let's try and pull it back just a little bit, because it's, otherwise it's too sort of blocky.
Right, so you just stopped eating so much, working out?
So much, and then sort of trained, I changed my programs from sort of, heavy weightlifting to more sort of cardio, sort of, CrossFit style things, so.
Every time you come here, you're in better and better shape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. I'm here. This is breaking news. Breaking news. How many hours a day would you say you spend in a gym, or is it just natural?
Oh, look, a bit of it's from my parents, obviously. It sort of helps, but an hour, sometimes 2. But I've got 3 kids. They keep me busier and burn more calories chasing them and trying to locate each of them.
What was it like being in the gym with someone like Chris Hemsworth?
Embarrassing. Yeah, he can lift heavy things.
He certainly can. It's quite shocking when you meet him. I didn't realise how large he is. Such a
he's a big guy.
And then Taika, our director, came up to me and said, I think we need a shirt-off scene. His exact words were, we need bums on seats. And I was like, I'm not sure it's going to sell the tickets. And he said, it is, get your shirt off. So we did it, and to get back into the program.
What's the rigorous that you're going through? Is it like, or is it weights only? Are you running? Or what kind of training is it?
There's a little bit of weights and training. It's a lot more sort of functional movement now.
Okay.
Like I'd rather sort of feel good than look that extra bit,
We changed the appetite?
I think I changed less kind of protein than the first film. The first film was all about like animal protein, like as much as we could get in. And whereas then I tried to lose the weight in other films, and it was really difficult. I've put a lot of hours in the gym and training and eating a particular sort of diet and healthy sort of lifestyle, I think, which is it. But I think it's just there's no short secret recipe for it. You just have to put in the hours, put in the work.
How many hours are we talking? Are we twice a day? What do you?
Yeah, sometimes 5 days a week. It's important to also have the right amount of rest, and I have kids now, so that becomes a little more tricky to navigate. But it's about an hour to 2 hours sometimes a day.
What's more important, the diet or training?
I'd probably almost say diet. to be honest. If you're talking about just general health and weight loss and staying lean, if I'm not training that much but my diet's spot on, I'll stay in a good zone. I find if you want to put on the muscle, more muscle mass, you definitely have to eat higher have a higher calorie intake and more protein. And
so you're telling me I have to live off chicken and broccoli?
Sometimes. It's funny this time around though, I've actually played around with less animal proteins and tried to have inject a bit of vegan sort of cooking into the program, just to sort of give my body a break from how much protein I had been eating, animal protein from putting on the muscle. And I certainly felt better, having a bit more of a balance.
Were you reluctant at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Because the first film, the first Thor, Kenneth Branagh, our director, came up to me and said, do you want to do? I'm thinking of doing the shirt off scene. Mm-hmm. And I go, Ken, you told me to start training 8 months ago. I'm like in peak condition. I'll never be like this again. Like, let's get the shirt off. Let's go.
Can't wait.
So we did the scene. It was cool. And then, 5 films later, there was no shirt off scene in the movie, and I was like, oh, thank God. And then Taika, midway through shooting, came up and said, I think we need to put some bums on seats. I think we need to get the shirt off. And I was like, no, they don't want to see that. No one cares. He's
no
like,
one.
They do. I was like, no. And he goes, let's just shoot it. And if
see what happens.
Gratuitous, we'll take it out. So we shot it, and it was like, I've just sort of been training for that period, but then it was like a few weeks of no ice cream, no pizza, that kind of deal.
Is it a major sacrifice for you? Are you like a sweets kind of guy? You like a
I am.
junk
I have
food
a very
kind of
sweet tooth.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I like my ice cream, chocolate. I love my pizza. Who doesn't? Come on.
Right.
Come on.